We're back. We're back. We just need our comments. Smoking the Friday Savinelli Roma 673. And in it, Lane Limited Ready Rubbed. And we go up here to here to there. Oh my goodness, we have a lot of people on. Smoking Uncle Frank. Thank you for the happy anniversary. 8 years on YouTube Monday. Olive Wood Piper, thank you for coming. Buckeye Piper, Zombie Nation, Ken Voorhees, my goodness. Wolfman 0514, thank you for coming. I have some unfinished business from an earlier video, live stream. Somebody asked my favorite corn cob, and I found it. Look at that baby. I don't know who made it, how old it is, but look at the square shank on that and the metal band. It is beautiful. Smoke it once in a while because I don't know how many more smokes this thing has in it. Great pipe. Check the comments. Pipes and Kayaks is in the house. Piping and camping. Hey, we've been going back and forth, haven't we? Piping and camping. Doing some email business. And we'll probably get to one of those. We had an interesting topic in our email, which we will get to. Update on Toymaker Larry 1955's contest. He sent me an email today. Uh-oh. Always keep a Bic in the drawer. Sent me an email today saying that his laptop died, but that he found another one. He's got the prize for his contest, but the announcement might be a little bit later than he wanted, so hang in there. Check the comments. Law Dog Piper, howdy. Larry Lepore from Massachusetts. He's smoking some velvet. Gateway Piper, G.A. Briarman, good evening to you, sir. Brad, I never got the drain plug out of the pipe, so I got to bring home some pipe wrenches from work. We'll get it. Bona Piper, Classical Pipes. Hey, I gave you a little shout earlier this afternoon, told everybody to watch your show at 8 o'clock. I promise I won't step on you. Did I see Doug Owen smoking Lane Limited Ready Rubbed? Thank you for joining us, Doug. So I had a little story. Since I had a bunch of my friends from the UK on earlier today, and I forgot to tell this, going back some years on YouTube, there was a guy in England called The Englishman Smokes. His name was Steve. And think he made his first video, and he sent me an email saying that he was all excited. He wanted to join the community, you know, check out my video and all this other stuff. And turns out we struck up a pretty close relationship. And seems to me he was on for about a year. We exchanged Christmas cards at Christmas time. And all of a sudden he disappeared. And I didn't have any way to get a hold of him other than snail mail. Well, I had his email address, but I wasn't getting any answer. And about a year went by, and I got an email from his son saying that he had passed, and that the son had come across his YouTube channel, and then came across the Christmas card that I had sent him, and yada, yada, yada. And anyway, he was just really happy that his father had gotten involved in YouTube, because he could tell that it brought him all kinds of joy, and he made a lot of friends and whatnot. So that was pretty cool. Marcus is in the house. P.A. Piper, hi. Old Spirit. What else did I have? I had another story or something to tell here. Gandalf. Tobacco in a freezing mailbox. It shouldn't have any effect on it. Doug, I didn't know that's what HGL stood for. That's why we have you on here as a guest in the chat. Dixie Piper, hello to you. Old khakis. Wes, how are you? So piping and camping and I were talking, and we got around to estate pipes, and he was mentioning that he picked one up that must have been from an old codger, because the bowl was like crammed with cake. And I was telling him that's how most of mine came when I was picking up estates early on. You know, back in the day, those guys didn't see pipes as really collectible. They just saw them as a way to burn up the tobacco. And quite often what they would do is, when you could barely get a pencil down into the bowl, they'd go out and buy another pipe and toss this one in the trash. So that's how that worked. Oh, Pipe Nook, you're too kind. Thank you very much. That's cool. I was telling people on my afternoon live that I was curious as how to set up the tip jar, because I thought someday I might need it. And I had seen it on Eddie's channel, and I went looking, and they tell you how to do it and set it up. So I decided to do it. We're all old farts, Doug. Mr. Kopecki, hello. Bulldog Piper, glad you could make it. I am fairly well, thank you. Kraut 68, so glad you could make it. I think I'm going to just sit back and read the comments. That's it, Pipe Writer. Get on Brad's case and ask him when he's going to make a video. So Doug Owen, the cargo hold. We got to give him a shout. Give a shout to Eddie and the Pipe Nook. My usual shout to the Briar Report. We gave them a big one this afternoon. Was finally able to link up with Laurie B today. She had been on one of my live streams. I saw her on, I think it was one of Eddie's live streams. And I had done a search to see if I could find her channel afterwards. And there must be 200 Laurie B's on YouTube. And I finally caught up with her today and subbed her, so that was a good thing. I'm catching up with all you people. Gear Driven Smoke, just to my north, in lovely Worcester, Massachusetts. Trombones and Fires, that's a new one. Glad you could join us. C. Lamar Powell from Facebook. That's where I know you best. Briar Report. Great you could make it. By the way, 110. Very good audience. Doc Bravo, yes. Laurie B loves baseball. Simon Ledoux. The Apostle Pipe Smoker. Pacemaker and Buttons 2023. Hello to you. Kraut 68. Hey Matches, is there any Germany related subject you are interested in? If yes, I might produce a little video about it for your Jubilee. I'm interested in anything. Anything German. German beer, German cigarettes. Well, I used to love German cigarettes when I smoked. German history. Oh, we're getting a notification. That's okay. Yeah, that's why I like Bremen Pipe Smoker so much. He goes out to these places and gives you this terrific history. Boardwalk Piper, AC, New Jersey. Good evening. Steve Ball Smoker from Canada. What's up, mate? Wants to know your hat size. That's probably why I don't have a hat. I haven't got the foggiest notion. It's just like a head like this. I don't know why my monitor picture is backwards. That picture's fine. That picture's backwards. This whole thing gets crazier and crazier. We were talking about Google Hangouts going away in the next few months, and I couldn't find anything definite about the YouTube Hangout, which is different from the Hangout that most people talk about. The YouTube Live Hangout is different from Google Hangout that everybody's used to. Anyway, I finally did come across something about the YouTube Live Hangout, and supposedly that's going away. So we're going to have to find another way to do this pretty soon, I think. And I don't know that the new one would allow you to have more people in. Couch, thank you very much. Oh my goodness, who was this? Grapes O.D. Popinski. Sorry for wrecking your name. Thank you very much. And YouTube, thanks you very much. Love that tip jar. Mark Marino in Canada. You get us all mixed up because we got Mike Marino in Pennsylvania. There we go, Gateway Piper. Hatches 860. Kai So. Matches, can your short explain? Oh, can I explain what my job is? I'm basically a handyman, facility manager at a retirement community with 90 apartments. That is the short story. Some video I have, I tell a longer story. Drinking game. Sorry, my drinking days are over. I got to keep my liver as healthy as possible. Of course, at my age, what difference does it make? Doug. Yes. Nope. I saw the video Bremen Pipe Smoker did of the court that's out in the middle of nowhere that has all the big boulders. I'm not sure I saw the one that you're talking about. I haven't missed too many of his videos. Ken Masters, good evening. Yeah, Kai, I hope I answered the question for you. Thank you very much, Steve. I enjoyed doing that series about my work history, and really took me back in time. And a couple of those, as I was preparing them, they brought back a bunch of side stories, which I haven't finished telling yet. I got some hilarious side stories to work in. Now, most of those involve drinking in one form or another. Cinchi558, thank you very much. Got some stories planned for this year that hopefully you'll find interesting. Oh, okay. I've had Escanian, that German tobacco. That was good stuff, too. Corey Wilson, good evening. Hope you are well as well. Piping and camping, thanks for coming by. Have a great dinner. Kenny Smith, greetings. Hyper 64, I knew you'd show up. The winter of 73 story. Yeah, that was beautiful. Such a different time, too. And I was reluctant to tell that story for fear that I'd get all these comments about, you shouldn't have been drinking at work and all this other stuff. But totally different mindset back in those days. And a lot of fun. A lot of fun putting a duck on an elevator. Hello, Laurie B. Still looking for Phil, but I can't find him. Pipes and Spirits. Art, how you doing? Are you in the shed this evening? It's 33 degrees here, so if you're in the shed, I'm sure you need some heat in there. Blue Dog is in the house. Mentioning Four-Eyed Piper, he does quite a few live streams that are interesting. Like to catch those. Oh, yes, The Girlfriend. One of my favorites as well. That pretty much sums up my life with women. They'll get you one way or another. Doug Owen, I have asked before, but has anybody heard any scuttlebutt on why Samuel Gawith blends have disappeared? You're asking the wrong person here. Oh, Frank is back. Piping and camping. Boat anchor, boat anchor. Yes, yes, yes. I keep meaning to send her a friend request on Facebook. She's on there. But if she ever saw my video, I'd probably be in trouble. Briar Tim's son graduated from the Marines today. Congratulations. He deserves a big shout out. We thank him for his service. Brad, I keep looking for Phil. He ain't around. Hey, Mark in Rhode Island, good evening. All right, well, this is going out. So next, we're going to smoke Bing's favorite, the rusticated version. What are we going to smoke in it? I think we're going to do some burley ribbon cut, and that will take us to the end, and we won't bother the 8 o'clock live stream, which I may catch myself. I keep seeing Ben. Is Ben in the house? Bold Kentucky. Bold Kentucky did me in. A little too much nicotine for early in the morning. Old Soul. I love this Cornell and Deal Burley ribbon cut Burley. Fantastic stuff. Very mild, doesn't bite. It's just a little one-dimensional, if you don't mind that. Yeah, I actually did a review of, what are we talking about? Bold Kentucky. In fact, I got Bold Kentucky from Doug Owen and went to do a review on it. Smoked a bowl before the video just so that I could remember what I was going to talk about. I lit up for the video and smoked a bowl. And when the video was over, I had another bowl while I was sitting here editing the video. And all of a sudden it hit me. I was sweating, had the dry heaves. Now I know how the cat feels with a fur ball. Pipe Rider, this is a Bing's favorite. And they come in 2 flavors. This is the rusticated, and I have another smooth one. Fantastic pipes. I do have a Ginger's favorite, which I got from Smoking Briar. And that is such a nice smoking pipe. Smoke that quite often. Oh, Brad, yes, that's probably my personal favorite, Riders on the Storm. So, Doug Owen, I got a question for you. If you're familiar with McBaron's Golden Extra and McBaron's London Burley Blend, I don't really think that they stored London Burley Blend in charred casks. I think all they did was threw in some Bold Kentucky. What do you think the chances of that are? Because the Golden Extra tastes exactly the same as the London Burley Blend, except for the lack of the little bit of smokiness. If you can address that, I will watch the comments. Because you are the man. Pipes and bees. See if I got anything else here I need to say. I got to decide what I'm doing for Live streaming next week. Ken Masters has too much tobacco like me. Brad, I didn't know your wife bowled. I thought you just went to hockey games. For anyone who doesn't know, I think that's how Brad and his wife met, at a hockey game. Thank you for answering, Doug. Smokiness is the result of added Kentucky. Yes, yes. Logical thinking. So now the next question is, why did they discontinue that London Burley blend? That stuff was, I almost could have smoked that as my haunted bookshop replacement, which I don't really want to do, but that was good stuff. Yes, Dion. I agree. That was totally stupid to get rid of a popular tobacco like that. And the only thing I could figure was that when you've got McBaron, Sutliff, is there another entity that's part of that? But anyway, when you get all of those together, you have to probably chop out some stuff that's very similar to other stuff, you know, like Sutliff to McBaron or whatever. That was the only reason I could figure they got rid of it. But what do I know? I have some jackknife plug here. I'll have to remember that when I open it. I don't ever want to get that sick again. Dion says they wanted to cut some of the blends to make room for the new HH series. Hey, that's business. You do what you got to do, I guess. Wes, Haunted Bookshop is not going to go anywhere except right in my driveway. Pungo Briar wants to know what tobaccos I have never tried. You know, the last time I checked, there were something like well over 2,000 blends available. And it feels like I've tried them all, but I bet you I've only done, if I've done a quarter, that's probably about right. Interesting, Kraut 68. Hey, Kraut 68, I got a question for you that came up a couple of nights ago with somebody I was talking to, and I don't remember who it was. How come do so many Germans smoke filtered pipes? Somebody asked me, and we didn't really have an answer. Using filters in Germany is so much more popular than it is here in the United States. At least that's what we seem to see on YouTube. If you could answer that one, I will stand by. Pipes and bees, I got a story for you. And it's probably still on YouTube. Public Piper went to Cornell and Deal and was doing a interview with them to find out all about their operation and stuff. It was a great video. And somewhere in the video, Public Piper said something like, well, you know, Mattress 860 smokes like a ton of your haunted bookshop, and they're just sitting there like they're ready to fall asleep. So I don't really think they care. Oh, Doug, are you the one I was talking to about the filters? I guess it was. I lose track of who I'm saying what to. Mark in Rhode Island, you might be right, and that might be one of those videos that I didn't watch all the way through because I'm not into filters. Okay, so Kraut68 said, I think because most smokers are doing it just to grow into the habit of smoking 9 millimeters. I think the answer that we came up with was it was just luck that the filter people had a good marketing campaign and they got everybody on board smoking with filters and or smoking filters. But I don't know. One of those burning questions that keeps you up in the middle of the night. Pipe Nook says, my guess is they're smarter than we are, and that could also be true. G.A. Briarman, I think C&D are cutting corners on their tobaccos lately, just my opinion. We had a talk about that one night, how there are big chunks of flake in Haunted Bookshop, which traditionally was all a loose coarse and ribbon cut. And that irritated me no end when that first started happening. Dale Piper, yeah, health consciousness may be a bigger thing in Germany. That would explain it. Yes, Brad, we know all about your mouth condition. Crowd 68, I think you guys are a lot smarter. Olberg, thanks for coming by. I think I got about 5 minutes on this pipe. Ah, yes. The restriction tubes for the Savinellis when you're not smoking a filter with a filter. NW Piper, it got up to 40 today. And I think it's going to be a little warmer tomorrow. Oh, Eddie. I just don't use the filters because I don't see enough of a difference to make it worth my while. Because when I'm done with the smoke, I like to run a pipe cleaner through, which you can't do with a filter in there. You got to pull the pipe apart, so it's more work. I agree, Wes. No tubes, no filters. Pipes and Kayaks says 50 on Monday. Of course, I got to work. Interesting little piece there from Doug. Alrighty, gang. I don't know what I'm doing next week. I'll probably try the same deal again. This worked out pretty well. With 108, I think I had about the same number at 3 o'clock, so it works for me. Want to thank everybody for coming, and yeah, look for me next Friday, 3 o'clock, unless something comes up in the meantime. Hope you all have a great weekend. We're going to push that red button.